How's it going, everyone? This is Hector with Road to Strength. I want to thank you on this lovely Thursday out of Massachusetts. It's nice and sunny. It's probably a little warm, but I know tomorrow's going to be a lot nicer of a day, so just looking forward to knowing that maybe you might have a window open. Again, I want to thank you for coming on. This is Flex, our Thursday stretch session. Again, today we're going to do some more wrist, forearm, shoulder type work, because I know, again, a lot of you guys are at your office space, so just want to make sure that you guys are feeling pretty good. By office space, I mean, maybe it's your coffee table in your living room, or like your desk or table at the kitchen, and just making sure that we're kind of sitting in a manner that's going to be healthy for our shoulders. So the big thing here, sorry, I have my phone on so I can see people hopping on. Again, just want to thank you guys for coming on. But more or less, with us kind of hanging out at our desks, or again, our makeshift desks, we're not sitting in positions that are really healthy for the joints. So we want to make sure that we can get everything really loose, so that way you can use this as a resource in days that maybe your shoulder's really bugging you, your elbow's really bugging you, and what you can do to kind of combat those problems that you might be having. So what we're going to do here, we're going to start down on an all-four position. So we're going to go with the palms pointing down, the fingers pointing towards you. So I may have to go the other way just because you guys will probably see me a little bit better. So again, fingers are pointing towards you. And from here, the feet can be nice and relaxed. And it's just bringing the hips back a little bit and then forward. Now, everybody's going to feel this a little bit differently, where, some people maybe will sit back a little bit more. Some people may just literally, it might be like a centimeter or so shifting back. The big thing here, though, is when you do the movement, you want to keep the palm down on the floor as best as you can. The second that the palms lift up, then you're not really getting any work done by doing that. So again, we have a total of 12. So I'm sure most of you guys are already at, like, let's say 9 or 10. And again, it's just rocking back and forward. Now that we're done with that, the fingers are still going to point towards us. It's just that now the palm, the back of the hand is going to be down on the floor. So everything's still the same. You're going to notice that you can obviously sit down a little bit further because the way you're angled with the wrists. And it's just going down and right back. Again, try to keep that wrist or the back of the hand on the floor as best as you can. Again, we're just getting 12. Let's get 2 more. And great, everybody. From here, again, I want to thank everybody who's hopping on right now. We're going to go into staying in that quadruped or that all-four position. We're going to go into some hip rocks. Okay, so with our hip rocks, digging the toes into the floor. The hands are under the shoulders. Okay. Now, what you want to do here is bring the hips back towards the heel and right back. Now, you may notice that you can adjust how wide or how narrow the knees are, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. You're going to feel this right in the hips. Again, I know this doesn't really have much to do with the shoulders and forearms, but the body's interconnected, so this is going to help, especially with that lower back. Now, speaking of the lower back, when you are shifting the hips back, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to lose that back position. So still try to keep a neutral spine throughout the whole movement. Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Again, I know here in Massachusetts the weather looks really nice outside. The sun's out, so hopefully this is kind of cheering people up. I know tomorrow the weather is supposed to be really nice, Saturday as well. So again, we're just getting 15 hip rocks. From here, once we finish, we're going to go into hydrants. Okay, so still staying in that all four position. I know we're doing a lot of all four position for a lot of the stretching and mobility that we got going on for today. With the hydrants, I'm going to show you what you should be doing and then what you shouldn't be doing, because this is going to be really important. Now, what you should be doing is just like you were with that hip rock, you want to be hands under the shoulders. Now, knees under the hips. Okay, so I need to shift back a little bit with the knees. I'm digging my toes into the floor. Okay, so showing with my left foot right now so you guys can see. Let's say my left foot's nice and relaxed. I'm digging my left toe into the floor. Okay, so that my heel is pointing directly up towards the ceiling. Now, what I want you to focus on here with that hydrant is not so much how much can you twist and shift over to that down knee, is just keep that hand, keep the body still as you can. Bring the knee right up and right back. Okay, you may start to notice, we're gonna get 10 each way, but you'll start to notice that as you lift that right knee up, your right hand feels a lot more pressure. Like it has to really hold its weight up, and that's perfectly normal. Okay, again, you don't want to shift too much over onto that down knee, because then you're not really getting anything. You're not really working on mobility with that. So again, let's get 10 each way. Awesome job, everybody. Let's get 2. And then we're going to switch sides. So again, everything's still the same. Okay, so I'm just going to face the other way just so that way you guys can see what I'm doing. So again, right out, right back in, back in. And again, let's continue with getting 10. And just focus on your breathing, okay? So what I want you guys to think about right now is just taking a nice deep breath, filling the stomach with air, and then exhaling. Again, try to use your breaths as a way to kind of de-stress the body. Again, as we're all kind of indoors, hanging around, waiting to find out when we can actually, do normal stuff again. So again, just focus on your breathing. Once you get your 10, we're going to move on into the next thing, which is going to be a thoracic spine, so just more or less the rib cage area, rotation. So with our T-spine rotation, you're going to lie on your side. Okay. So now I know this is really hard for me to do because of the space that I have, so I want you guys to focus as best as you can to give yourself some space when you guys are moving. I'm hoping that within the next day or so I can get a new lens so that way I do have more space to use. Now, with that being said, this case, my right leg is crossed over, my left leg is straight, okay? Now, I'm taking my right hand, bringing it over to my left rib, and I'm going to twist, okay? Now, with that being said, the thing I want you guys focusing on here as well is your breathing. So we're going to get 8, and then we're going to switch sides, get 8 more. So it's, take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale. And as you get that exhale, okay, I want you to try to get just a little bit further than you were before. Okay, so again, this isn't, you're not trying to essentially get that shoulder all the way down to the floor. You're just trying to get as much movement as you naturally can through that thoracic spine or the rib cage. Good. We're gonna then go the other way. Again, I'm sure you guys will not be able to really see what I'm doing, so I apologize for that. Actually, it's not terrible. So again, my left hand going to my right rib. And you can, if you have a foam roller and you want to rest that leg, in this case my left leg, on the foam roller, that's perfectly fine. Now take a nice deep breath. And then exhale. And that first one, I just heard my back, my lower back just pop. Again, if that happens and there's no pain, that's perfectly fine. Again, just focus on that breathing. Nice deep breath. Exhale. I want to thank everybody who's coming on to join us in Flex. Again, this is our stretch class. Awesome. So now we are moving on, everybody. Okay. So we're going to stand right up. We're going to go into our squat complex. Okay. So again, feet shoulder width apart. Toes are pointing forward, not out to the side like we normally would during our get up sessions or our boot camp classes where the toes are pointing out a little bit. What I want you guys to focus on here is we're going to go into a toe touch. So try to reach for the toes. If the knees stay a little bit bent, that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Toe touch into our deep squat. So with the arms, drive the knees away from each other. Then you're going to go with the arms up. And we're going to stand right up. Okay, so we got 6 total. We just did 1, so 5 left. So again, toe touch into our deep squat. Arms are going to go up. And then we're going to stand up. Right back down. Let's get 2 more. And you may have to adjust your toes. As you can see, I kind of did that in between. Just because my toes started to turn out, and that's perfectly normal. Again, toe touch, deep squat, arms up, and then stand up. Great job. Now, the next thing we're going to move on to is going to be a shoulder mobility complex. So with that, we're going to go showing from the side. So the arms are going to be about parallel, and it's angling so that way the thumbs, so showing from the front, the thumbs are in line with, like, let's say like the upper lip, just below the nose. So right in between is perfectly fine as well. Then from here, we're going to turn the arms out and then press overhead, turn back, turn out, and then straighten out. So we have 12 total. We just did 1. Up, back down, rotate, out, pull, rotate, up. Again, I want to thank everybody who's coming on for the ride. Again, want to try to get everybody feeling pretty good, better than when they started this session out. We should be trying to get up sporadically through our day. You definitely don't want to be sitting around, 8 hours, because it's not just 8 hours that you're sitting around. Now it's, maybe 15 to 17 hours, because now we're not getting up as we're kind of staying home more. Let's get 1 more. And you're going to notice that your shoulders are going to burn a little bit. At least mine are. We're going to move into some wall glides, okay? So I wanted to use that shoulder complex as like a precursor to our wall glides. Now with the wall glide, you're going to sit down on the floor. And the back is going to be in a neutral spine position, okay? So again, don't really arch the back and don't really round or hunch the back over or forward. So what we're going to focus on here. Perfect. You can cross the legs like a butterfly, or, crisscross applesauce like we're back in grade school. So the arms, I'm just going to shift over a little bit. So the arms want to be as flat as you can up against the wall, okay? Now, shoulders starting at 90, and you're just rotating up, and then right back down. There's one. We got 8. Now, focus on your breathing here. So, take a nice deep breath, exhale, and right back. Now, if you start to notice that your wrists or elbows are starting to come off the wall, don't go any further. The point isn't to just move for the sake of moving. You want to be able to keep everything as still as you can in terms of the position on the wall. So again, if your elbows start to go up, then you've gone too far. So go right to the point right before the elbows start to lift. Or same thing with the wrist, okay? But then again, if you can go through, that's perfectly fine. Let's get 2 more. And then we're going to move into the final thing. Right after that, I'm going to take good 10-ish minutes just to get ready for Get Up. Again, that's our 30-minute boot camp class, and I hope you guys are all excited to hop into that class, get you sweating, get you feeling good, and then, just move on with the rest of your day. Hopefully you have a shortened day right after that. Now, finishing up with neck glides. So I'm just going to do this from a kneeling position. Obviously, you can be standing as you do this. There's nothing wrong with either one. From here, so again, most people, especially where we're sitting at our makeshift office spaces, so coffee table, kitchen table, dining room table, any table, or just lounging on the couch with the lap with your computer on your lap, we're sitting with our heads really forward. So what I want you to do here, take 1 or 2 fingers, place it right on the chin, and just kind of actively push it right back. Don't crank it, okay? So it's just active, just moving where you feel comfortable. Then relax, pull right back, relax, pull right back. You'll start to notice that you're going to make kind of like a very unattractive double chin, and that's perfectly fine. Again, what we're trying to do here, not only are we trying to get a little bit of mobility, we're also going to get a little bit of strength in there, in that neck. And the reason why I have my hand on my chest is so that way I know that whether or not I'm leaning forward. So if I'm leaning forward, I'm going to notice that very quickly. We got 1 more. And done. Awesome job, everybody. Nice work. Happy Thursday. Again, I'm going to be off for about 10 minutes just to get everything ready for Get Up. And we'll go from there. Again, if you have weights that you have lying around and you want to use them, I'll definitely have modifications for you to use the weights for. Otherwise, Get Up really is just a bodyweight boot camp class. 30 minutes, again, grab water as you need it. And if you need to, modify, by all means, please do so. Again, there should be some sort of notification that should push out. If you want to get a reminder, just click on Get Reminder. I'll send you a message maybe about 2 minutes before the class goes live, and we'll go from there. So again, I want to thank everybody for coming on for Flex. If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot me a private message. I will be more than happy to answer whatever questions you may have. Have an awesome day. For those of you who cannot attend Get Up, but for those of you who can, I'll see you guys very shortly.